the benefit of having continuity with a manager in terms of this sort of thing where the shape is so well drilled. That's a good pass up to the halfway line to Mothersill now. They've broken the press, and O'Connell's having to head after Otto. He's trying to hold him back. Otto's got the pace. He has to let go as he gets in the box, squares it, and it's dribbled just wide. And Mothersill surely should have scored. He looked like he was just a couple of yards out. Made contact, and it dribbled agonisingly wide of the post. But again, the risk of pressing, of course, when you get opened up like that. It was a fabulous run, that.
Great pace, isn't it, down that left-hand side?
Well, I think he's a bit unlucky. It looks to me like Dobson has gone to ground in front of him and just got a touch, and it's hit him. It's taken quickly. Most things have been taken quickly in this game. Dobson now looking to pull the strings. O'Connor, nice ball out to find Lee in a little bit of space. Works down the line. McLean back to Lee, 35 yards out. Dobson's made a run into the box, and Lee finds him. It's a great chance, this. Takes a deflection, and it's in! Jack Marriott gives Wrexham the lead. In the 28th minute, there was a bit of a lucky bounce in there. But having said that, I think they deserved it for the ambitious, piercing way they worked it. O'Connor with a sharp pass out of the left rather. Lee exchanging passes with McLean, feeding an ambitious ball. Great run by Dobson. And actually, to be fair, Fernandez didn't get a touch. It was a perfect ball by Dobson. Marriott finished it from 8 yards across the keeper.
Yeah, it's a great little setup by Dobson. Just puts it on the plate for Jack Marriott. It's absolutely weighted to absolute perfection. And Jack Marriott gets the finish in. I'm not sure if the keeper actually gets a touch on it. But it ends up in the back of the net, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I thought Dobson's contribution there. He steps in at the perfect time for that ball from Lee, who wraps it in between two Peterborough players. The set is perfect. Yeah, just watching there, it's Randall trying to get onto the ball, and it's Dobson's job to make sure that he doesn't. But when he does run behind Dobson and goes into one of the wider centre halves, it's then their job to take him and pick him up and leave Dobson in that middle of the pitch to protect the middle three. But they're doing it really well at the moment.
Palmer wins it. Marriott, a beautifully judged volley pass, and the cross goes just over his head. Barnett has got his head in his hands as the ball's headed behind for a Wrexham corner.
And in the first game of the season, he's electric. He gets that half a yard and puts it in. You know, the goals last week when he's on the move as well, going full speed to just be able to leave it up in the back post. Real quality.
Lee swings it in. It's flicked across the face, and no one can get a touch. It came off a defender. Palmer got up at the near post. Must have flicked it onto Fernandez. It went across the face. No one could get there. Cannon was having his shirt pulled, but he was quite a way off the ball, so I can see why the ref might not be interested in it, but it was a dangerous moment. Here's O'Connor now to take the corner from the other side. Again, big man up at the far post. Hans Marius swung into the far post. Cleworth 2-0. Perfect delivery, and Cleworth got up brilliantly above his man, nodded it in from only about a yard out. Steer is complaining he may have been blocked off, the keeper, but that was just perfect delivery.
Yeah, brilliant. Both of them, two corners on the spin. Great deliveries into the box. I think it's Marriott that just has it taken off his head by Fernandez for the first one that goes out. And then it's Cleworth. He gets up earliest, right just in the back post area, gets up above his man. He's able to hold his position as it comes in and heads it in. He's like a magnet at the minute. You know, you go so long without scoring a goal, and then he scored, nicks one in pre-season, and then every time he goes up, he thinks he's going to score, and he's scored 3 already, hasn't he?
Maybe a bit closer than 30. I'm thinking about the shots by the looks of it. O'Connor steps up, goes for goal. It's the ball! It ricochets outside the box. That's how well he hit it. Barnett helps it inside to the edge of the area. It's half clears. Mothersill poking it into midfield. It's crowded there, and they're a bit lucky, I think, that the ball in the end is prodded back to Valney and you can take control. But what a free kick.
Yeah, he's got no right to shoot from there, really. I don't think Jed Steer thinks he's going to have a pop, but he does. And it just hits that corner of the bar. Really unlucky by Tom O'Connor. Great technique. And yeah, Jed Steer maybe had it covered in the end, but really unlucky.
Peterborough fans trying to make some noise. They know their team are nearly pretty much taken out of the game then. If that free kick had been about 3 or 4 inches lower. And they're trying to rouse their size. The ball's played into centre circle. Poku coming narrow to try and create something. He runs into traffic. Mothersill helps on to Randall, who hits it wide. He went trying to place it past the Conco and inside the left post, and just couldn't quite get the right contact. But it's been a while since they've threatened like that. Yeah, O'Connor did really well to back into him. Now here's Barnett breaking down the right-hand side. Only Otto to beat. He cuts inside, gets towards the edge of the area to Lee. Lovely vision by Lee. Finds Cannon round the back of the fence. Pulls it back. Oh, and it was a chance 6 yards out. Just couldn't quite be reached. Shot comes back in just wide from Lee. He is in the middle, I suppose, though, rather than the edges where they'll be aiming. A slight more an angle on this, so they could cross it, but I suspect not. Poku signals, fakes, and Con Clark does cross it, and it's put back across the face. To be fair, the crowd gasped, understandably. It's too late to track it, but it was such a tight angle. It would take something amazing to trouble Okonkwo. Good delivery, just a little bit too much on it.
Yeah, it was a really good ball in. I think they might be a bit disappointed, really, that they haven't hit the target. I'm not actually sure who got the final touch on it.
I think it's his Varleen.
Yeah, Varleen. I wasn't sure if it was him or the I think it was Fernandez, was it, coming in as well. But yeah, just can't quite. It's just a bit, just a bit ahead of him. Just a bit too much on the ball in. But yeah, another little warning sign off a set piece.
Good touch by Marriott to protect it, and Dobson, brilliant ball down the line. And Palmer, brilliant touch, gets inside his man. Fernandez has the pace to recover. Palmer goes to ground, no foul given. Palmer's furious. He needs to be careful. He's on a yellow. And now here comes Poku playing a good ball down the channel for Con Clark. O'Connor feeds him wide and he curls, puts it just wide. And now Wrexham are angrily having to go at the referee, because if Fernandez had been penalised for that challenge of Palmer, it could have been a red card, frankly. It's off. Fernandez comes in with a towering header. Glewith nods it forwards to Lee. Good vision by Lee, finds Mullen right side. It's an early one, and the keeper catches it. That's what a player of his class can do. Brilliant effort. Rolled short down the line. Alder knocks it back. Poku now driving inside. Sweeps across to the far post. Fletcher gets it well to beat Valley and do it. And Barnett's brought it down well. He's got options ahead of him and uses pace and sears away from his man. He's got Mullen in the box to aim at. Sweeps in towards him. Finds him. Oh, and he's missed. Took on the volley unmarked. 8 yards out. Tried to cushion it inside the left-hand post and put it a yard wide. As McLean will take the throw. He's in no rush, naturally. 75th minute we're in. Wrexham 2-0 up. Short throw to Lee. He makes enough space to turn and rips it across. It deflects off a defender, and Fletcher heads it way over. Pretty impossible angle for him, really.
Yeah, I think he's got to go back towards goal. It's a difficult header. Listen, the ball comes in. It's not great. I think it's took a nick, hasn't it?
Throw down the line. Fletcher scrapping, can't win it against Kiprianos, but McLean launches a long high ball forward, which Mullen will chase. The sub lets it bounce, and Mullen picks his pocket typically and then prods it out to Rathbone. He's got an overlap, he ignores it and pulls it back to Dobson, and Dobson feeds it wide. Now Barnett, chance to run at Hayes, takes him on, skins him beautifully, gets in the box, drills it across the face, and Fernandez just gets there first.
I think Barnett should have at least 3 or 4 assists this game. I think he's really unlucky not to get more stats on his record today. He just does everything right. The ball's right, it's in the right area, and just no one's there to sort of tuck it home.
As Okonkwo gets to boot it clear, and that is the final whistle on an outstanding Wrexham performance. Peterborough is strong. I said pre-match that we had a very tough run of fixtures to start the season. Well, we've only dropped 2 points out of them so far. That's outstanding. The 2 goals coming in the first half. The first one, Marriott driving it across the keeper after a lovely touch by Dobson. And then the second goal, a close range header by Max Glewith from a corner by O'Connor.